Hi guys, I'm Nomadic Timbo and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to talk to you about ways in which getting out of your comfort zone can really benefit you in the long run. So yeah, let's just get started. First of all though guys, I'm just going to say that there's a lot of you who may be watching this video where you're thinking, well, I'm kind of content with what I've already got and I'm kind of happy and I don't feel the need to actually, make changes where I do need to go out of my comfort zone in order to benefit me. And if you're in that position, good on you guys. I mean, that's awesome and I really, really respect that. But I know that there's a lot of you who are kind of in a similar position as to what I was in before I ended up doing, well, the trip that I mentioned in previous videos before, where I went to Australia for a year, where you're thinking things are okay, but there's something missing. There's a little bit of something that's missing, and you might end up, seeing things, on the internet or something, or on TV, or in books or whatever, which give you like a bit of an idea on what changes you can make to your life that might end up really, really benefiting you in the long run. It may, and the thing is as well, is that a lot of those things that you check out, it means that you need to go away from home maybe in some way, or like go out to, a certain job that you're doing, or maybe try and like leave a certain area that you're working on where, you're kind of comfortable, but at the same time you're craving it, but you're not so sure if it's the right thing to do in order to go for it. Let me start off by saying, guys, that if you are in a position where you're thinking that you do need to make changes, where you need like some form of new chapter or new adventure or new career that you need to do, I say go for it. Seriously, because in the long run, it is definitely going to benefit you. At least it's been that way for me. And there's so many examples that I can talk about, which I don't have enough time for because I want to keep this video as short as I can while going into detail about it at the same time. But yeah, I mean, guys, the fact is that seriously, there are times where you may need to take that leap of faith in order to for something to benefit you in the long run and make the changes that you need to make in order to just improve your life in general. I mean, that's what it was like with me. And I'm not going to deny that it is a little bit difficult sometimes because, there are a lot of doubts that are going to come into your head where you're thinking, sounds like a good idea, but I'm not sure if I can do this. I really don't know if I'm capable of doing this. But if you just have that frame of mind where you think, you know what, screw it, I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it. And if it doesn't work out, great. I mean, at least I picked up an experience where I can learn from. And that's what it's all about, guys. Is that even if you just give something a try, where it's not the normal thing that you do, then it's really going to benefit you in the long run. And something may pop up later in your life where you think, oh, if I didn't have that experience before, then I wouldn't be prepared for this. Now, I'm not saying that you definitely have to go out of your comfort zone. I'm not saying that you should do it by force. No, 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 no. It's only if you feel that there's something missing and like you have a good idea what it is you need to do in order to make the positive changes. But yeah, I mean, like for example, I didn't even think about teaching. I mean, like currently now I'm teaching English online and I'm absolutely loving it. But 4 years ago, or 5 years ago, I think I'm not so sure. But yeah, around that time, I did it. I didn't even think about doing it. And to be honest, it probably wouldn't have been that appealing for me. But then the more I was thinking about it, the more it kind of made sense because, like, I mean, even though traveling is amazing and stuff, you know, sometimes you get a little bit sick and tired of going back home or to a certain part of the world where you work for, I don't know, maybe like 6 months, 9 months, a year and a half or something, and you put the hours in like crazy in order to save up the money required before going traveling again. As I mentioned, though, you don't necessarily need to save up a huge amount in order to do it. But I mentioned that in previous videos, and I can go into more detail about that in future videos to come. But yeah, so what I'm saying is that there's a lot of you guys who are thinking about maybe going on some kind of adventure because I'm going to keep it travel related for the main part because that's what this channel is about mostly. But yeah, but there's a lot of you who are actually thinking about going on some kind of adventure, and unfortunately, it saddens me to say this, but the vast majority of people, they end up having these amazing ideas in their head, and I know firsthand from friends or just like acquaintances or random people I've met, they even family members to a certain degree. They have all of these amazing ideas in their head on what they would like to do, and unfortunately, for the most part, I'm like, yeah, that sounds amazing. But deep down, I know they're not going to push themselves to do it, sadly. And it's unfortunate because there's so many people that I've met where I know that, going on some kind of adventure or taking on a new career where it would really benefit them. I think, you can do it. You can really do it. But unfortunately, most people just create the hurdles and then they don't do it. And at the end of the day, there's only so much encouragement you can give. The rest is up to you guys. I mean, you're the ones who have to end up pushing yourselves to do what is necessary in order to, benefit your life in the long run. Like I said, you don't necessarily need to do it if you're content with what you've got already. But it's for people who think that it would do them a lot of good, but they just can't push themselves to do it. And if you just take that leap of faith, that's all you have to do. I know it sounds like much, but it really isn't. It really doesn't take that much in order to do it. Sure, there may be some financial difficulties or maybe personal difficulties that might get in the way, and that's fair enough for sure. But for the most part, I know that there's most of you can definitely do it. Like once COVID is done, you can definitely go and do this kind of thing. Whether it's as I mentioned, whether it's like adventure related, travel related, career related, or even activity related. For example, I mean, even if you think about picking up an instrument, a musical instrument, I bet many people who want to do that, and they just don't feel that they would have the dedication in order to get good. It's not about getting good. It's about just giving you pleasure. Because at the end of the day, guys, life is tough in general because you have ups and downs no matter who you are. But try everything you can in order to make sure that it's positive for the most part. And as I mentioned before, what's really good about going out of your comfort zone is that it benefits you in the long run. And then there are times where you have to come across some kind of adversity or whatever it is. And then you think, man, if I hadn't, taken that leap of faith, if I hadn't decided to go out of my comfort zone, I wouldn't be prepared to deal with this. So you end up dealing with something like that much better compared to what you might have been before. So yeah, it really, I mean, even though it's tough, even though you might be doing a tough job or something like that, like me for example, like there was some farming work that I did in Australia that was pretty damn hard. I mean, like I was doing some farming in the middle of nowhere inland in the state of Victoria in Australia, and I really enjoyed my time there. But man, the work was tough at times because it was so physical, and it was in 40-degree heat. And can you imagine what that's like for a Welsh person? I mean, seriously, come on. But deep down, even though it was kind of tough, I was thinking, I'm gaining strength. I'm gaining more and more strength, both physically and mentally, by doing this. And then I was thinking, man, like so many things that I used to think were really difficult in life are going to end up being a piece of cake after doing this. They would end up being so much easier. And I was right. I was right to, like certain things where I would have maybe some anxiety about or worry about didn't bother me in the slightest after I did something like that. So yeah, guys, I mean that's just one example for me personally. I mean there's a few others, but like I said, I'll keep it as short as I can. But yeah, and that's all I'm trying to do really, is just trying to encourage you guys to just take that leap of faith, and don't doubt yourself, because most of you are more than capable of doing these things that you're thinking about doing. And once you end up doing them, man oh man, it's going to be a massive achievement for you. You're going to end up thinking, yeah, man, if I can do this, I can do many other things as well. And that's going to leave you in a fantastic position for the long run. So yeah, guys, I just thought I'd give a little bit of encouragement regarding getting out of your comfort zone and how it can benefit you. And yeah, just if there's any other examples that you have that you feel might benefit people, then just leave them in the comments. And once again, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys again soon. Ciao.